All right. Well, welcome to Canzel Business Brokers. We are so glad that you decided to join us. And so we're going to dive right into our training. I want to first start because people always ask us, what do you guys do all day as business brokers? And so obviously we run the company, but we take on a few high-end listings still because we really like it, a $30 million one, a few $10 million ones. Anything kind of over 10 million, we might kind of come in and take some of those to help them out so we can still stay fresh in the game. But we like to give the leads and some of the things that we're getting to our agents and teach them and train them. So people always want to know, what do we actually do all day? Our phone is blowing up. We are listing businesses like mad. And so it's just crazy. Baby boomers are just going nuts right now.
Yeah, I mean, with them bringing in the HVAC companies, the plumbing companies, and all of these things, the landscaping and distribution companies, all those are coming through. These baby boomers don't really have anything to do with them because the people aren't looking to take over those in legacy like they maybe thought, and so they're looking to exit.
Yeah, and they literally, when we ask them, do your kids want the business, every single time, what do they say? And it's crazy, but as soon as they say that, you really have to say to them, it's totally fine. Because guess what? You built this business to be a legacy. And just because your kids aren't taking it over doesn't mean you're not passing that on. It's just another family is fulfilling your legacy. Yeah. And that's just fine. But there is a statistic that actually breaks our heart. And that is that 80% of businesses that go on the market never sell. 80%. And that's owners that spent 10, 20, and 30 years building something and then they walk away with nothing. And so that's what we're here to teach people. We're here to teach business brokers how to sell them so they know exactly how to sell them. And then we're also here to advise the business owners on what they need to do.
Yeah, I mean, and that's kind of the key, is that ultimately they taught themselves how to build a business, but they didn't teach themselves, or they weren't taught how to set up a business to sell. So we're doing that as advisors to help them. And the main thing that kind of gives us a leg up to help people that are business brokers be under us, and as well those people that are looking to sell is because we've sold them. We have built and sold companies. There's things we would have done differently, so we can kind of help with that. There's things that we know to get ready. If we'd have got ready and done this differently, there's timing to this. So we've kind of done all of those things, and really that becomes a really strong thing for us to be able to bring to the table.
Yeah, and if you've never read my book, Grow, Scale, and Exit, How to Sell Your Business for Millions, we actually give it away to all of our sellers that come in. So that's part of our process. We give them a copy of the book because there's so much value in there. And we allow you to give that book away to every person that we give you as well. And one of the things, like Ryan said, both of us have successfully grown national companies and exited them. And so it's kind of like you wouldn't want to take swim lessons for someone who's never been in the water, right? Like I wouldn't want to. So that's the opportunity, is you're getting to work alongside of us. And we've done this over and over multiple times, not only with our own businesses, but with other businesses as well. And so you know that I have my degree in math. And so the best math in the world is where we have an opportunity that has massive demand and there's almost no qualified supply, meaning there's so many people who want to sell their business right now, listen to me, and no one's qualified to help them. We're qualified to help them, but we're only 2 people. So now we have to basically take ourselves, put ourselves on a copy machine and go, boop, copy, copy, copy. And we're going to create people who have drive and they're smart and they're hungry. We're going to take our brains and put it on you. So we're going to get right started. We're going to talk exactly about what a broker actually does. So let's start with you.
And ultimately, I think people just take that idea of broker and they're like, hey, we're just going to put something on the market and then we're going to sit there and we're going to wait. And that's not the key. There's much, much more.
Yeah. So the very first thing that you are a valuation analyst, right? So you figure out what the business is actually worth, and it's all math, right? That's why I'm obsessed, right? There's no ego in it. There's no feelings. The way we calculate how much the business is worth it's a multiplication of earnings. That's it. It's straight math.
Yeah. And I mean, and your role in this is really as a value coach. You're going in and helping them get the value up. Anything they did to build it wrong or that could be adjusted, you can do that ahead of time. So it could be reoccurring revenue. It could be the financials. It can be the systems. You're going to go in and clean those things up to help them increase the value.
And we have a full staff right now. I'll give you a perfect example. I have a company that their finances were a hot mess express. We have a team of 8 people that we had literally go right at it. We built all their P&Ls for the last 3 years. And because of the size of the company and because we knew the people, we're friends with them, we did it completely for free. You're going to charge for it, but someone else would have had to pay $5,000 for that.
Easily,
and
easily.
we do it for a lot less price.
Absolutely.
So number 3, you are a marketer. You package the business, you position the strengths. You also, number 4, you're it's my favorite, you're a matchmaker. Ryan always says, I'm a matchmaker and I'm also a gatekeeper, right? So a good listing is going to get about 50 to 100 inquiries, right? And I mean, Ryan's watched me get on the phone and be like, you're not the right fit. And it is what it is.
Yeah,
right?
she means that because the buyer comes in and then she's like, hey, you're not right. I was like, man, you hung up. We could have, worked a deal. And I used to think it was about kind of working a deal to make it work. And it's like, no, you have to check it off. You'll quickly see there's things that they have to have as a qualification. Obviously, it depends on the business. But like if it was a real estate business and they need a broker's license, then hey, they need to know real estate, right? Like coming in, that's probably not the right fit. Doesn't mean they can't buy a business. That may just not be the right one. And the sooner you get to that, it's better for you. It's better for the seller. Nobody wastes time. So doing that quickly. And that's what she, really does well.
Yes. And number 5, you are the deal manager, right? Like you're going to be the one, you're getting the offer, the terms, the due diligence, the financing. And then number 6, you're the counselor. My mom actually is a Christian counselor. But, I always joke and I always say these owners, this business is their baby. And sometimes I'm the one who has to tell them.
Here we go.
You tell them.
You got to tell them that their baby is ugly. So they love it. It's their baby, but they've got to clean it up and do the hair real nice and put it in a little bow tie, and get it ready to go.
But they always laugh when you say that. And you can say that to them.
Because it's not really their baby.
Yeah, because you can say like, I know this is your baby. You've been in this business 20, 30 years, right? But yes, your baby is ugly right now, but I'm going to tell you exactly how to make it cute again. And that's the difference between a broker and a great broker. Mm-hmm. So now let's dive in section 3 on who is this for, right? Because right now we want you to kind of ask yourself like, is this for me? Like my mom always says, know thyself. Like this is not for everybody, So kind of talk about whether someone knows you've just gotten started, right? You've signed up, you've said this is for me, but maybe it's not.
Well, they're signed up, they're ready to go. But the point of that is what you really want to do. And this is what we've actually found is we actually have different styles of things we like, right? Like she's more so the front in front of you, list the business, get it out there, market and sell it. I'm actually a below the radar kind of guy and I've always kind of been that way. So I'm more the M&A side of this. Like I like to say, okay, who's looking for this side of the business? Raise your hand. Okay, who's looking for this side of the business? Raise your hand.
You're the matchmaker.
That's what I'm saying. I just match those 2 things up. So if you're able to do that and you like the art of the deal, right? Because that could be like negotiating a owner finance deal. It could be setting up the earn-out schedule. I talked to a guy the other day and they said, hey, we're going to sell a little bit higher or we aim for a little bit higher price. We said it may sell lower, but here's what you'll do is you'll set up the earnout, but you can actually set up the earnout to get more than the business is worth, right? So just for easy numbers, a business is worth $1 million and it sells for $1 million, 200 down and 800,000 on earnout, right? All right, so you follow that math, but you say, hey, but if we get that number in 3 years, we want to get 20% for 5 years. And so now you could actually make more money and the buyer now is like, great, I got the price I wanted. It's fine, I paid you more, but I got my money back and I'm happy with that number. We can explain more of that later, but I just wanted you to understand that's the fun of this. You can come up with so many different ways to make a deal.
Yeah, and I have to tell you the story. This is a true story and I'm not kidding. We met with this guy 4 different times about becoming a business broker. And every time, we kept giving him more information and more information, and he kept wanting to learn and learn and learn. And finally I said to him this, I said, here's how I know if I have the right person on my team. Once you know 60%, you need to take action. And the knowledge matters, but the student who never lists a business earns nothing. And that is the truth. Hear what I just said. The student who never lists a business earns nothing. You can't just keep learning more and more. You're never going to, you don't need to get to 100% of knowing everything. Once we teach you 60%, you can go ahead and get started. Don't you agree?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the key to it, and there's risk in this, right? Like they're calculating risk, but you're not getting rich without RI, the RI and risk and the RI and rich, but you also have the speed and knowledge. Those things are really key to moving it. I was talking to somebody the other day and they were asking me, what things look like this month. I said, I don't know. We listed 50 some $million worth of listings. We hired on 6 brokers. I don't know. It's not even through the end of the month yet. I was like, plus we did other stuff. So I was like, we just move fast. I mean, that's just what we do. So
yeah.
And I love it.
Yeah. And so the R and the I, rich and risk, both start with RI. S is speed and K is knowledge. So your bank account is a direct reflection of your speed, your knowledge, and the risk you're willing to take. And we tell our son that. I'm worried because we have instilled this so much into him that he likes to take risks. He's a risk taker. And I'm like, gosh, I'm scared for all the risks that he's taking. But the big risk is taking no risk at all.
I'll tell you, I'll add this because you brought it up. This is how a lot of people have to kind of look at it. This business is for the big risk taker. And what I mean for that is, our son doesn't want to risk something small. He's not going to go in and put a quarter into a slot machine to make a quarter. That doesn't make sense to him. He's willing to risk a couple thousand on a boat to make a couple thousand. You're not coming into this business because you just want to make a little bit of money. You want the opportunity to sell a $10 million, $20 million business and then make that kind of return. So that's the risk you may feel like you're taking because you're going to wait a little bit, but you're also going to have a bigger paycheck.
Yes. And the biggest risk is actually taking no risk at all, because there is risk in staying exactly where you are. And so if you're sitting in a job right now with a bad boss and then another bad boss and another bad boss, I always say God might be yelling at you because you didn't listen to the first whisper, the second whisper, and the third whisper. So we are saying to you right now is resonating with you, and you're like, yes, every time we're talking, you're like, yes, I'm with you, I'm with you. Then you need to go to joincanzel.com and get signed up. We have a licensing program to get you on the inside track.
Yeah, I'll hop on the call with you myself in most cases. So
yes.
I'll tell you all how it works.
All right, bye guys.